Hello ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. I figured that, you know what, it's better I just get this stuff out sooner rather than later. Ooh, look at my eyes, I need to go to sleep. So Grownish. This episode of Grownish was centered around, and I actually like the fact that it didn't have too much Zoe, because after a while I'm like, oh gosh. So sometimes some of Zoe's stuff is very trivial and I just don't care. It almost feels like they weren't gonna add it in there, but then they realized she's centered around the show, so maybe they should add scenes with her, because she didn't really do scenes with anyone else. Maybe it was a location issue, scheduling conflict, because I did notice that she was styling this girl for, I guess, her prom, and the girl clearly wasn't a huge fan of the dress that Zoe put her in, even though Zoe was saying, oh, it's great, we can tailor and do all this stuff. And Zoe had to realize that it's not about what she wants. I know, shocker. It's not about what she wants. And she finally gets that, and that's when she's able to go and dress the girl instead of in this like frilly, pretty dress. The girl wanted to wear a pantsuit, so she wore a pantsuit and she was happy. And Zoe realized, okay, let me go and I'm styling a person. I'm not just imparting my thoughts, views, and opinions on someone else. It's about what they want. But the main issue was Doug. Doug was not a fan of Vivek at this moment, because Doug felt like Vivek is a cultural appropriator. Now we know Romie also teeters that line as well, from the hairstyles to who she hangs out with to what she says. So when Romie actually piped in, I'm glad that Jazz and Sky said, now wait a minute now. You're an ally where? We like you, but you do the same thing. Essentially, Doug felt like Vivek, he's around black people. He's dressing what's considered black culture, black hip hop culture. He's using the slang. He does the dances. And it's just too much, and it doesn't feel genuine, I guess, to Doug. And so that's why he called him appropriator. Aaron felt like he's an appreciator. He loves us and he loves our culture, and he's also a minority. And so how are you calling him an appropriator when he's a minority? Sidebar, you absolutely can be an appropriator if you're a minority due to you not being the majority in that particular grouping, pairing, area, country. You go to other countries, you're the majority. So it does flip. It absolutely does flip. But I like the conversation, because that's what the episode was centered around, and Doug wouldn't let it go. And so eventually it came out when they were all hanging out, and Aaron was trying to talk to Anna, and Anna wasn't having it. She was just keeping it cute, because she said, no, I'm not gonna, you just said we're better off as friends, so why would I go and give you too much of the time of day? Which I appreciate. I do appreciate that. It was real. Here's the thing. I felt very bad when Vivek overheard them, and then Doug went and said what he said. They have a conversation later on, and reality sets in. Vivek says he does because it was becoming too much. Vivek was getting waves. He was doing a lot. Vivek was like, look, I don't really have friends. I didn't know how to really fit in. I'm the drug dealer. Scrap that. He's a drug dealer on campus, and he didn't have anywhere really to belong. And then Aaron invited him to Hawkins, and because he was like, he's gonna move out of Hawkins, he was gonna do all this stuff, and he said that I definitely got carried away. I will acknowledge I got carried away, and so I'm sorry for that, but I do, love the culture, and I didn't think that I was just using it to my advantage and like belittling it or being a bad example or whatever. And so he said, you know what, I will chill out a little bit. And Doug said, look, just be yourself. We like you. We like all of you. You don't have to go and know all the dances, know all the slang to be friends with us, which I thought was a very important message. That was really it. So please like, comment, subscribe. Remember, tomorrow's Friday, which means check out my new ASMR video. And Queen Sugar's coming up. I did a very short Basketball Wise recap, so there's that.